It has finally stopped raining and everything has gone crazy. That's okay, it's just the tarp to cover it. Oh, let me take this coat off. That's better. Now, I don't think we're going to have very long before the heavens open up again. But since we've had about an hour's gap in the rain, me and Roo wanted to get out of the house. We feel like we've been stuck in there forever. And I needed to come because I know we looked yesterday, or was it the day before? A day or two ago, we checked the tomatoes and some of them gotten some damage from the really heavy rain that we've been having. I'm going to come and tie those up. We did a really long, big video at the weekend and I never got a chance to edit it because my laptop keeps saying it's full and the memory card's full and everything's full, so I've had to doing a lot of jigging around with things today and I eventually got space. So this might be a very short video, but I just wanted to show you some things that we did at the weekend and just say hello to you guys really, because we kind of miss you. Haven't been seeing you much lately, have we? Let's step over these. No, we haven't seen you guys much lately. Life has been really, really busy. We go away on holiday on Monday. So we've got a massive project on at home that we need to finish in time. So that's been keeping us occupied at least whilst it's been raining. We haven't had this much rain in, I don't know, a year. It feels like it. And it has been really, really heavy and the ground has needed it. But I have been very, very worried about slug damage and here comes the rain again. About slug damage and damage from the heavy rain, but everything is looking okay. As of Monday we'll be away. Today is Thursday. As of Monday we'll be away. We're going to Hay-on-Wye on the Welsh English border and we're going there until Friday, so 5 days. Just a mini break, but I cannot wait. You know when you're so busy and you are just working towards a deadline and then you think, once I get there I'm going to stop and I'm going to sit down and I'm not moving for 5 days. Well, maybe just to go to some bookshops and buy all the books. Everything's looking good, so I'm going to turn around and show you. Now, I don't want to do a tour because when we get back from holiday, I'll be doing a tour then for our June tour, and there's a lot to show you for that. But I also want, like, after all this rain and after a week of us not being here, I want to show you the development and growth then. But I'll show you some of the things that we did at the weekend. So this is Roo's den. We've planted around the outside. These are Greek gigantes. You need to wrap around, little one. There you go. They're Greek gigantes, and then we planted a squash here and a squash there for them to climb up. And then round the front, we've adjusted the bars and there's a good doorway here for her. So the idea is that that will grow tall, full of these like big giant beans, and maybe these squashes if we train them in, and then Rue's got a door and she can go and sit in there. And it'll be like a little leafy den. So far, it looks good. The slugs haven't eaten all the beans yet, which I am surprised about. There needs to be some serious tomato pruning going on. As you can see down here, these leaves are getting a lot of splashback from the rain, so I'm going to go and get my bag and we'll get these done as a priority. But don't seem to have any baby tomatoes yet, just lots of lovely flowers. The garlic is definitely flopping over now. It really is. Are you ready to come out? I think you may be soon. I think we'll pull one of those in a moment. Our first proper garlic. We did pull one little bulb the other day for a meal that we were having, but I'll pull one and show you what our garlic harvest is like this year as well. This has miraculously stayed up. It looks like some kind of fancy festival tent, doesn't it? So under there we've got loads of brassicas planted, absolutely loads. They're doing fine too. And everything down here, it's looking good. I'm quite pleased with it. We've had a few things go to seed that I wouldn't usually have go to seed. I've got a video to put up from our garden veg beds, and our radishes have gone to seed, and I've had some beetroot go to seed as well. Now, I've not had that at this time of year before. It got down to 8.9 in the greenhouse last night, which isn't that bad, but the night temperatures here have been really low. Outside it's been like 7-8 degrees. It's just not normal for this time of year at all. It's quite concerning. The daytime temperatures are about 12-13, so again, not brilliant. I know a lot of people yesterday had to put their heating on it, you got that cold. And it's just been constant rain, which the ground has needed, but it's got to that point now where we're just fed up, and we forecast another week of it. I want to show you my peppers. Look at these. We've got mini peppers. These are pretty and sweet, the little lunchbox variety. I need this basil. This basil needs to stop trying to go to seed. I'm going to take you home. If you pinch off the tops of basil, then it encourages the plant to bush out rather than set seed. So I've got to do a harvest today of lemon balm for a tonic that Jess at Roots and Refuge did the other day. I made a batch for myself, and I need to do one for a friend, and also I need to start getting a good harvest of comfrey in to dry. So I will just put these on there. I don't think we have any other peppers yet. We've got loads of flowers though. Oh no, we do. We have another pepper. Oh, two. Look. Baby peppers. And what's this one? That's pretty and sweet as well, so maybe that's an early variety. No, I can't see any others. My cucumbers are really challenging me this year. I don't know why. These are mini cucumbers and they just flop. I'm not sure why. Which one are you? You're a courgette, you're okay.
It's kind of raining, but
it is kind of raining again.
Yes, it's just started. There's only tiny raindrops right now, but there'll be big raindrops soon.
Okay. Well, so do you want to sit in the greenhouse and listen to music, and I'll go and do my jobs?
Yeah, when the rain gets overheated here.
Overheated?
Oversettled, I meant.
Okay. She's so cute. So yes, cucumbers. I've got one Tamara cucumber at home that is actually doing okay, and the rest of them they just don't seem to be coming to much. These are our Armenian whites, and they are just so slow, and I don't even know what these are. I think these are Tamara cucumbers as well. I have sown 4 in each of these pots of backup cucumbers. These are Market More, and 3 out of all pots. And that one's got 4 in. Are coming up, and then if this lot doesn't come to anything, I'll have those as a backup. But to be honest, I can see myself having to buy cucumbers this year, cucumber plants anyway, which I'm not exactly happy about, but at least my okra looks happier. Remember the last one? It was just yellow. So I've got 4 of those, they're doing okay. Anyway, I came here to get my tools because I need to crack on. Otherwise I'm going to stand here talking to you guys in the greenhouse and not get any work done. And then the rain will get heavy again, which we don't want, do we? I have twine and scissors. I have my bag to do my harvesting. I think I'm going to do harvesting first so I don't forget. I really need some comfrey. I use comfrey for like a compress, like a comfrey compress between like some muslin. If you've hurt yourself, you've had a bang or a bruise or a sting, it cools down the skin really nicely. And we use it fresh in the summer, but you can use it dried as well, and then you rehydrate it in a little bit of water, put it in the between the muslin cloth, and you can put it on a bruise and a wound, and it works just fine that way too. So this year I want to make an actual effort to harvest comfrey leaves purposefully for drying for overwinter use, because I've never got any left in winter. So the bees are still loving this, but it has definitely suffered like falling out through its own weight. And what I'm going to do actually is, because I'm sure the neighbour doesn't really want comfrey going onto their plot, I'm going to harvest all these leaves from down the back, take the weight out of this, and see if we can prop that up a little bit. One of the more commonly known uses for comfrey is obviously to make comfrey tea. And when I say comfrey tea, I don't mean like a tea that you drink. I mean comfrey tea as a liquid fertiliser for your plants. And to do that, you will just get the leaves, put them in a bucket or something with a sealable lid, and that part is important, and then submerge it in water and put the lid back on quite firmly, set it aside, forget about it for a couple of months or a couple of weeks even, and then go back to it, and you will have a rather stinky mixture. But if you dilute it and use it like you do, say, a tomato feed, then it's a great feed for your plants. Some of the bits I couldn't prop up that were going over onto my neighbour's plot, and because I don't want him to get cross, I've cut those bits off. And I'm stripping the leaves off and putting them in my bag, and then I'll just put the stalks on the compost heap. Now we're going to get the lemon balm, and then we'll do the tomatoes. I shall put my twine down here so I don't lose it, and go and get some of this lemon balm. I'm just cutting back shoots from this side of the plant, because next to it here there will be a row of tomatoes, and whilst they're not close to this, if I can take this edge of the bush off, then it means that there's more air circulation around the tomatoes. Oh, this smells heavenly. I wish you could smell this. I'm not using all of this fresh today. I will be hanging some of this up to dry, so again I can use this over winter in the lemon balm like medicine, as Jess called it. Now I will put the link to that video down below. If you are looking for a way to use your lemon balm and you need like a nice tea to help an upset tummy or to help calm you down, help anxiety, things like that, then this is really good. Now Rue gets like a nervous tummy, and she suffers from travel sickness as well, and she takes this medicine, which is just sweetened by honey. It's literally lemon balm water and honey, but as I said, I'll link it below, and she actually really enjoys it, which quite surprised me because she's not really one for trying herbal medicines and that. So lemon balm tonic, batch number 2. This one's going to be for a friend coming up, and then the rest will be going to dry so that I can make it over winter too. When it comes to drying my herbs, the lemon balm, because I've taken it with a stalk, I will take off the lower leaves and I'll use those in today's medicine, and then the rest of it I will just bunch together and hang it up by the stalk somewhere warm, not too humid because you don't want it to get mouldy and manky, in say handful size bunches. And then once they're dry I strip the leaves off and you put them in a jar. With the comfrey, I actually dry that in mushroom crates. Here in the UK we have like all restaurants, everything have mushrooms delivered in these plastic stackable crates. and I line the bottom with some newspaper, and I just one layer cover it with leaves, be it comfrey or something else that I've been collecting, and then I leave that, I stack them up and then leave that to dry again somewhere warm and not too humid. It takes a couple of weeks that way, but I find that it dries really well, and that's how I dry out my leaves. I will actually show you probably when we come back from holiday. I also have a drying rack that I've made that we hang up in the studio, which again I will show you soon. I'm going to do much more drying and harvesting herbs this year. I really loathe buying them, to be honest, and it's nice knowing that you've grown it and you know where it comes from. Guys, I was about to film me working on tomatoes and I spotted this. Look, look. I see you, Mr. Pigeon. I can see you eyeing up my food. Look at this, look, look, look. Can you see? It's the first tomato of the year, or at least the first one I've seen. It's so exciting. It seems silly at this time of year. I think a lot of us will be making that, like, look at that, it's the first one of that. First tomato of the year. May there be many of them. Hopefully this damp weather does one and we don't get blight, because that would be horrible.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rue. Off she goes. Right then, finally, tomato plants. I actually came along and pruned these last week, as in taking the suckers out. This branch has snapped, so I'm going to take that off. But can you see here? There is the main stem of the plant, there is the leaves branch, and then this coming out the centre. And that is what people call the tomato armpit, or the suckers. Now, there are two arguments for taking these out. The first is to grow your plants with one straight stem that goes up, that produces a heavier yield of fruit in terms of weight per individual tomato, and it also reduces any chance of fungal infection through blight and things like that, because you're getting better air circulation in it, and then you also take off the leaves from down the bottom of the plant. It does, however, reduce the yield in terms of the number of tomatoes that you will get from your plant. Some people do it, some people don't. Some people, like me, start doing it and then forget, and then try and frantically kind of rescue the plant as it goes a bit crazy later on. But I'm going to be trying to do it as much as I can this year, because I am having so many tomatoes and I do want to ensure that they have plenty of air circulation around them. But if you're just growing one or two plants, then you could probably just let them go and get a whole load more tomatoes. But it's up to you. There are better videos on how to prune tomatoes out there. Many of them on YouTube, and it's up to you if you decide to do it or not. I start off doing it, then forget doing it, and then try and do it again at the end. What I am doing though is tying these stems in, and what I do, I use the main stem of the tomatoes. I actually tie it onto the cane first, and then I go around the plant, and I always hook it underneath leaves, so it's here, so it doesn't just slide up. And then I don't tie it in very tightly. I give the plant some movement room, because if the plant can blow around in the wind, then it does create a little better, stronger roots and a stronger stem. But that will be secure now for a little while, and it's getting some flowers on. Which one are you? This is Kosovo. This was a really sickly plant when we put it in, actually, and it's looking good now. But also what I do, with all this rain that we've been having, plants are getting terrible splashback. So I am taking off any leaves that can touch the floor, because they can pick up diseases and bugs and that from on the floor that can damage the plant. Taking these off won't harm the plant at all. It just means that the stem is a little clearer, it's not going to get splashed back from the dirt, and hopefully it makes the plant a little bit healthier. To do that, I literally just snap by pushing my thumb down. It's quite simple, and it makes your hands smell of delicious tomato leaves, which is one of my favourite scents in the world. So it is starting to rain quite heavily now, so I want to get on with this quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you away. I'll show you when I'm done so you can see the difference, and I'm going to get on as quick as I can before I really get wet. See you in a second. And we're done. You can see I've taken the leaves off the bottom part of the stalks. There are no leaves, she says, there are no leaves that touch the ground anymore. And I've tied everything in as well, and they all look really healthy. That last row was the very last ones to go in. There's one little plant on the end of Sioux, I think it is, S-I-O-U-X. Can't pronounce things, guys, you know me. And I think, look at me, it's been raining a bit. I think that's the only one that isn't looking like healthy right now. And there's a few Amish paste. I've just been and pruned in the Amish paste row, and they're looking a little yellowed. They could do with like an Epsom salt feed, I think, which I'm not going to do this side of going away because it's just going to be constantly raining and there's not really any point. But when we get back from our little break from Monday next week, then I'll give them a feed, perk them up a bit. That was a nice little forage there. And yesterday I picked an onion because Mr. Fox had sat on an onion. Oh, I said we was going to get a garlic, didn't I? I picked a garlic and a really big head of lettuce, which was so lovely. And what else was it? A baby beetroot, which I had with my lunch. And I took it in this basket, and the basket looked so beautiful. If you follow us on Instagram, which I think a lot of you are now, after I put up that community post, you will see things as they happen, and general life stuff as well. So go and follow us on Instagram, it's Alternative Smallholding over there. Now before this rain comes back again, because it's picking up, let's quickly pull a garlic. Right then, I think we're going to go eeny, meeny, miny. Ooh, well, you still need some room, but let's pull this one here. That looks like a good size, doesn't it? Let's get that up. Oh, slippy. I'll take that. It's decent. It's not tiny. It's not huge, but I don't like big garlic, like elephant garlic, and that because it's not strong enough. There we go. It's not bad, is it? Look at what we got. That's it. She really isn't a fan of garlic in its raw form. It's too strong for her. She loves it cooked though, don't you? Come on then, come and take a bite with me. So thank you for watching Alternative Smallholding. I've been Jazz and this is Rue, and we are dodging the showers at the plot. We've harvested some comfrey and some lemon balm, and Rue has helped me prune all the tomatoes. You did a great job, by the way. Thank you for your assistance. So thanks for watching. Hope you aren't absolutely drowned out by this weather and that you actually get out this weekend. Remember, we're in Hay on Wye next week, but we are going to be doing lots of videos there. Loads of people on Instagram asked us about our garlic and herb flatbread recipe, so we're going to cook it over a campfire in the middle of a field, and we're going to film it. So there you go. It's going to be exciting, isn't it? So tune in again soon. I've got 2 more videos that I made last week to put up after this one, and then we'll be on holiday. Yeah. And we'll do our June tour when we get back. So thank you for watching. I'm going to take my garlic and go to the shop, get some milk, and go home and snuggle down and edit this. We are going to the shop right now, yes.
I was going to ask, are we going to the shop? Because I want to get a treat for me.
Have you been good?
Yes. She
has been good. Okay. Finally. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining us again at the plot today.
Smallholding, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Bye!
What she said. Ta-ta for now.